the XT250 has some pretty big issues, but I still love mine. I love it to death, man. Love it to death. I love this little bike. I mean, look at it. It's awesome. Alright, hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Today's moto vlog is gonna be about something that I've been meaning to do for a long time for all of you guys who are looking to buy XT250s. So, today's moto vlog is gonna be about why you shouldn't buy an XT250 and what aspects of the XT250 I personally do not like. Okay, let's go ahead and start it off. Number one, the biggest complaint that I have about this bike, and most of you guys will have about this bike as well, is it's not a highway bike. So a lot of the other dual sports that are in the same 250 market, or the lightweight dual sports. So for example, the new KLR or the KLX, the DRZs, the WRs, you can take those on the highway and they'll kind of putter around at 70 miles an hour. Versus the XT250, where me as a lightweight rider, I struggle to keep up with traffic. And I know your mileage may vary, just as my mileage is different with this little bike. But it's a slow highway bike. It's real slow. So I mean, even if you have a little bit of stretch of highway on your daily commute, you will not dig it. Also, I don't know what happened, but early on when I first bought this bike and I would take it to highway speeds, I would get this mega death wobble. Like, it would be like, and like, I don't know what the problem was, but all of a sudden it's gone now. I haven't experienced it in a while, but dude, that crap scared me. Most of the time it would happen and I would I'd crap a brick. And I don't know, some of the people even in the comments were like, hey, how are you not getting a death wobble at 70 miles an hour? And honestly, I don't have the right answer. I don't know. Because I used to get the death wobble and it used to suck. I used to crap my pants every day. Well, not every day, but very frequently. Not figuratively speaking. I would get scared. That's what I mean by saying I would crap my pants. But it freaked me out a lot. So, I mean, I'm glad I don't have that death wobble anymore. But it is something that you do have to be aware of, is, hey, the bike is not meant for the highway, and it's not meant for the highway in two ways. So, for example, it's not going to have the speed, and two, it doesn't have the harmonic stability. It doesn't have the right rigidity for highway use, which is kind of strange because Yamaha actually has a frame dampener that's available in the Japanese market for some of their touring Ceros, the Yamaha Cero, but it's just not available on the American market. And this person is being all dumb, so I'm gonna get over. But they don't have it, and it is a problem with the American one. I've heard it with a couple of different people, and that kind of segues into the next one, is accessories. In the American market, you can't really find a ton of accessories for the XT250, or at least at the time that this video has been made. I pretty much have almost every single accessory that you can possibly get, plus or minus a couple things. But really, when I was doing my purchasing for this bike, I was like, where are all the accessories at? Where are the pannier racks? Where are the soft bags? Where are the tank bags? Where are the windscreens at? Where's the safari tank? There's just nothing. There's nothing for this bike. And it's sort of the same way right now, but a couple of people are still branching out into the whole luggage systems and stuff like that. They're kind of making different packages, but it sucks because there's not a lot of performance parts for this bike. There's not a lot of parts in general. So, for example, there are two main manufacturers of skid plates that are not Yamaha. So the Yamaha one in Japan is made out of plastic, and there are two aluminum ones that are made by MSR and Ricochet Off-Road. And it's just, there's not enough people making accessories for this bike. And one of the biggest deterrents for me was there's not an auxiliary gas tank. There's not a bigger Safari or Desert gas tank. So you're stuck at the 2-gallon gas capacity if you have a California bike. If you have a non-California bike, of course you're going to have more gas, more fuel storage. But fuel storage is not a thing on this bike. You get 2 gallons and that's it. So there's not a ton of accessories. And speaking of accessories, and having some of the stock stuff on here, the suspension blows. I'm super lightweight, so the suspension doesn't really, it's not really a huge factor for me, but it became a huge factor when I started adding on a bunch of weight. So I bottom out a lot with my current setup. So I mean, I have about 50 pounds worth of stuff on here at any given time, but I'm only 120 pounds, so I can only imagine some of you heavier riders, like 200 plus riders, hopping on this bike and having a really crappy time because she just bottoms out and the suspension's spongy and it's just not a good time at all. And of course, there are aftermarket suspension options, which I plan on doing pretty soon. So, for example, who is it? I just got a Pro Tune suspension. Is that it? Pro Cycle suspension? I don't know. I just got a gift certificate from my brother for some suspension. So I'm going to go ahead and get my rear shock resprung, or at least adjusted, or put different valving in there. I don't know how suspension works, but I'm going to hopefully go through them and get some suspension work done. And, you know, for as popular as this bike is, it should really be better set up from the factory. And that's kind of an annoying thing, is a lot of the stuff that you have on my bike, they should have factory Yamaha options, just like they have in Japan. So, for example, the Japanese bike, they have this awesome headlight bucket with an awesome windshield on it, and they have an amazing rear tail rack that we can't even buy in the United States, that comes stock in the Japanese and the Filipino market. So it just sucks, man. It sucks that they have all this stuff that comes factory and Yamaha makes it cost prohibitive to sell it in the American market. Let me think, some of the other stuff that bothers me about this bike. I think I pretty much covered it. Yeah, pretty much it boils down to parts and accessories, for me at least. And in the very grand scheme of things, if there's a problem, you can just throw money at it. However, there are some very glooming options, or there are very glooming issues with this bike, just because there aren't a ton of accessories where you can just throw money at the problem. And to be honest, this is a fantastic bike. There should be a paired video with this one that says, hey, of reasons why you should buy the XT250. But I think I'm going to go ahead and launch this one first, because there are some pretty glooming issues. Like, I had to make this windscreen because there are 3 people who make windscreens. Yamaha, screens for bikes, and then there's another, National Cycle. Those are the 3 people who make windscreens. And it's just ridiculous that I have to go through, I only have 3 options, or I only have 2 options for a skid plate, or, you know, this, that, or the other thing. But really, this bike is super popular. It's almost as popular as, I can't remember what the 2016 sales were, but this was bike number 3 in the most sold adventure/dual sport bikes. And that's an amazing spot to be in, but how come there aren't more accessories for it? Why do I only have to go to the most expensive option for a hard rack with panniers and rotopack storage? And of course there are more people doing accessories, but once again, at the time that I did this, that I did all of my buying, there wasn't a ton of accessories out there, and there still aren't. But anyways, that's kind of like my list of things of why you shouldn't buy the XT250 if you can't get over one of these problems. I mean, there's some pretty big problems, I'll tell you that much, but if you can get over it, it's a lovely, lovely bike. And with that, you guys should go ahead and stay tuned for reasons why you should buy an XT250. That should be coming out next week. But guys, I just wanted to say thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for checking out pineadv.com and picking up some Pine stickers. Thank you for liking and sharing and subscribing. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. And until next time, peace out.